Hello, everyone. My name is Dominic.
My name is Jamal.
And I'm Josh.
Yes,
hello
yes, he
there.
is. And
Hello.
welcome back to Soul Oasis. We've missed you.
We did.
Yes. Our lives are nothing without you. Just kidding. We do stuff, and we're going to talk about that almost immediately. All right? His cat's already talking about it. But wait your turn, cat.
Meow, meow,
Wait your turn.
They're
All right?
screaming
We
at
hope
each
you
other.
had a wonderful week. We did a podcast on Monday.
Monday.
So it's been a short turnaround here. Thank you very much for watching the shorts. Yes. Yes. And thank you very much for your comments, which we will get to in just a second. But before we do any of that, please, as I said, let us know how your week has been. Let us know what you've been up to. Let us know what you thought we'd be up to, and we'll correct you. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Yeah. Guess, and we'll tell you how wrong you are. How right you are.
You're wrong.
Or if you are right, we're going to change what we did so you're not correct. Yeah, we have to keep you on your toes at all times. Yeah. But before we get to any of our things, Josh, let's start with you this time. How was your week?
The folks missed you.
Check in.
I know. I'm sorry. I got like super sick out of nowhere. Usually I'm bringing something home from work from all
Yeah, he's getting us sick.
from all the goblins and getting everyone sick.
That's what you get for working at Green Gots.
Yep. And then, but this time it was my wife who got me sick. She claims that I got her sick, and then she got me sick with what I got her sick with. But I don't think that's a thing. You can hear her yelling in the
She's
background.
listening.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
listening. We should do this live
Next time.
next time. We always
But-
do. All right.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I'm still feeling a little bleh. This
Okay.
was CMAS testing this week, which is, if you're my age, basically the tax test that Texas did. Only it's all
Tax test, the STAR test.
Yeah, the STAR test
As
came
they
after.
changed it to.
Yeah. And it's all like on the computer, and like kids complaining. I'm
Ours
like,
was
we,
not.
I was like, we had to do all the writing ourselves, guys.
On hand.
Yeah. Even if your wrist was broken, you still had to do it.
You just have somebody next to you.
But that was me. I broke my wrist.
Better become ambidextrous.
I was running backwards on the first day of like track practice.
Why?
It was like the workout thing,
drill.
like, drill. And a cute cheerleader waved at me, and I waved at her back and tripped over my own feet, fell backwards, and broke my wrist.
That must have been quite
Yep.
the showing.
It was. She didn't talk to me again after that.
I'm about to say, did she at least say sorry?
No, maybe because I was too embarrassed to ever talk to her again.
About to say, more like you never talked to her again. You just
Yeah,
avoided her forever.
that sounds more like something I would do, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, the kids were like in full force of silliness this week. Lots of crying, lots of wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Indeed.
So
I
I heard
like
a
that.
lot of children weeping this week. So I'm glad it's over.
They haven't even got their scores back yet.
I don't think they care about that. It's an elementary school, so most of those kids are just like mission complete. Don't really care about anything else.
As it should be.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I don't think many of them were like you.
Okay.
Which is a compliment, but
Okay.
yeah, no. I mean, it starts up again next week, but for math instead of language arts.
Yes. Same
So-
thing at our school.
So most of the kids are going to be even more upset because they're like, "I hate math," and I'm like, "But Magic the Gathering, kids," and they're like, "What?"
I saw this.
You're a nerd,
I
mister.
saw this video, and it was this guy. Have y'all seen the videos where it's like someone's fake laughing, and they turn around and they just like.
Oh, yeah. I became cringe
So-
very quickly.
So someone was like, when you have to laugh at your friend because he has a potential border wipe coming up, and they're like a fake laugh into it. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaking.
Oh.
Ah,
That's why you keep counter spells.
Facts.
Or just another board wipe.
There you go.
you board wipe there, board wipe.
Targeted removal.
Any more to your week, sir?
I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well,
Not
we're
much
glad
we
you're
can complain
feeling
about.
good again.
Yeah, we missed you so
Yeah.
much.
What's it better?
So
What's it
much.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah. We missed you on Diablo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that going?
We started new games. We didn't leave you behind.
Oh,
So we
okay.
just created the same characters,
Yeah.
but with ourselves.
Yeah,
And
we
then
can.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll find some time to play this weekend.
Let us know.
Cool.
I made blood powers. I think when I do it
Yes.
with you, I'm gonna do bone.
Oh,
You
yeah,
added a bone ability.
Because there's no more blood that I want.
Yeah,
Except
you
for
want.
like the last one, but I haven't unlocked it yet. So
Not yet, but that bone prison's pretty good.
yeah.
I like the corpse explosion thing. Have you
That's
I
gotten
haven't
pretty
that?
good.
tried it yet.
It's
'Cause
funny.
he's doing a blood run apparently, so
Okay, all
until
right.
he changes it. Yeah. Luckily, respecking is free. Anyway, Jamal,
What's
how
up
was
with it?
your Sorry, let me repeat that in case you didn't hear it. How
Mhm.
has your week been so far?
My week has been pretty good. I went to Bible study, which is fantastic.
Bible study.
I've started recently. One of my friends went on a date Thursday,
Fringe.
and
Just kidding.
it's just something that back me up, maybe not back me up. I don't know, but she's very expressive about her situation, right? So she tells it all.
To you or to that date?
To the group, like to
Okay.
the group friend group, and so she's talking about it, and I'm like, bro, you're an adult, like you should be able to make your own like decisions, and I just feel like I don't want to know everything that's going on. Like for example, she said that he sent her a text that was like, what are we gonna go out and eat? And she was like, oh my God, he sent me this text. And then she was like, he said that he had a kid palate. And I was like, okay, so what, the dude eats chicken nuggets? Like that, I mean, he's a kid at this point, but you know, whatever, like man up a little bit.
Sorry, Trey.
And she was just going on. And then the
I
next
eat
time
chicken
she
nuggets
was
too if it helps. Like,
I mean, but like
I only eat caviar and
but I mean, she was like, "Oh, he doesn't like burgers or
Whoa!
like salmon
that's a
or-"
kid palate.
It's a kid, like a literal kid.
No, I'm
palate.
talking like what kid doesn't like burgers?
But like burgers, you know what I'm saying? Like
This man is so he's Josh.
in a sense of, I told her that too. I
Okay,
was like, I
Josh
had a
got
friend-
better
Hold
over
on,
the years.
hold on,
did.
hold
Back
on.
in the day, he's like, I just want meat and bun.
The only reason I do that now is if I just like don't want to deal with like all the stuff on it.
Flavor?
I really like diced onions.
Ketchup?
Now there's a difference. If the meat,
Oh, diced onions instead of the
Oh,
whole onions.
good. There's
I
a
like
difference.
diced
If the
onions.
meat is like a premium meat, where it's like okay, you know how like there's steaks and you don't need anything
Yeah.
for steak. Sometimes there could be burgers like that, and I'm like, okay, cool. If that's what you want to
Need a
deal
steak.
with, that's what you want to do with. But he had a kid palate. Then she was like, oh, he asked me if I should pick him up for the date or should he just meet me there. She's like, what should I say? What you mean? What should you say? You are a grown woman.
You
If you
can't
want
decide?
him to pick you up, then tell him to pick you up. Like, what are you?
Oh, I thought you said her to pick him up.
Nah, I was reading it like her, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
he was
okay.
like, "Hey, should I pick you up, or are we going to meet?" And she was like, "Oh my God, what should I say?" I was like, "Bro, you're an adult. Like, what do we?"
Flip a
So
coin.
I talked to one of my other homeboys, and I was like, "I just don't." She tells everything, like every picture. She contemplates over every message she sends, and I was like, I don't think guys just do that all the time. Like, I'm not about to go tell everybody, like, "Hey, I don't know what to send this girl in a message. Help me." No.
I don't
Like,
ask anybody for any feedback.
like that's just kind of crazy. But
A lot of women are two-faced.
They
Not mean
are.
two-faced. I mean like two-faced, the guy.
no, I
Like,
definitely.
oh, you got to flip a coin or something, woman.
Bro, and that bugs me. It's one of my pet peeves. But Thursday, I was talking to my homeboy, and I was like, you know what? You're kind of right. Like, let me be sensitive and supportive because I was telling her, I was like, bro, you're an adult. Like, what are we doing? Like, you can make your own decisions. You can do this. But then I was like, I took a step back, and I was like, you know what? Whatever you decide, I'm gonna support you. Like, I just was like, I apologized to her. I was like, I know I've been dogging you on this because I feel like you should be able to make your own decisions. and maybe it's just a girl thing that y'all want to talk and communicate
Okay.
about all this stuff. But I was like, because I'm your friend, I'm gonna be supportive. But just know I don't want. That's not me. But I was like, all right, cool.
That went different than I thought you were going to say it was.
What you thought I was gonna say?
I thought you were going to say, okay, you know what? I'll give you my opinion. I think you should be able to decide yourself. I think you should do this. And then she would be like, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to do the other thing.
No.
Piss you off.
I told her the other day, bro. She asked me. She was like, "Hey, Jamal, should I get an iced tea or an iced coffee?" And I was like, "You know what? Actually, you should." And I stopped and I told her, "You know what? I'm not even going to tell you." Like I told her, I was like, "That's a huge pet peeve of mine when people don't listen or don't ask me for advice, and you're going to do the opposite. Like that's just it bugs me. So I'm not even going to like. Don't ask me ever again."
Me and my
Don't
wife.
ask me ever again.
Me and my wife have this thing where if she asks me like, should I get this or this?
I feel terrible.
What I do is I say, all right, I don't really care, but do you want me to make a decision? And then sometimes she'll be like, no, I want to do this. Or sometimes she'll be like, no, I want you to make a decision. And I just go like, this one.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm gonna have to start doing because
I just ask.
After-
like I'm like, do you want me to make a choice when I don't really have an opinion on it?
Because that's what
I
hit me.
will.
Like the other time we went out to the store and they had I was in the friend group, right? And so they had like orange shorts or like blue shorts. And they were like, which one should I get? And I made a decision and I was like, oh, you should get that one. Like you don't have a clue, get this one. And everyone was like, you know, and then she was like, you know, actually I'm gonna get this one. I was like, bro, why did you even ask? You're asking me for reassurance and I don't like that. But anyway.
One thing I have noticed, sorry to interrupt, is that the longer you're married, the more you actually do start to have an opinion on things. Like when me and Abby first started dating and she'd show me one dress or the other, I was just kind of like, but like now I actually do have opinions.
Yeah.
And so it does get better, I guess.
Does it? What if you had an opinion? You felt strong about it. You were like, get the white dress. And she was like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to get the green one.
See, that would drive me crazy. Luckily, that has never happened with Abby.
That's good.
Because Abby is just very much the way, I don't know if it's because of her family or what, but like when she has two choices, they're actually two choices she really wants.
Yeah.
It's less that she's unsure. It's more just she's like, I don't know which one I should get first and one to get later. Like, so typically she's just like, if she's actually asking for my thoughts on it, she's going to listen to it. I don't think I've ever had a time where she's gone back and forth after us talking about it.
Yeah. There was one time where it was great. Y'all remember the I'll taser that person back in the day? They asked me, they were like, what color nails should I get, right? And I was like, mind you, this has always been a huge pet peeve of mine. And I told her, I was like, get this color. And she was like, okay. And I was like, no question, no hesitation, nothing. She's like, yeah, no, if you say it, I'm going to do it. I was like, oh, okay, this is what it feels like. No. That felt great. I was like, oh, somebody listened to me?
Yeah.
That felt awesome. But yeah, that was my week. Oh, I ran a race today. I forgot.
That sounds like you're not going to mention it. All right.
I did a 5K today. It was the first ever. Yeah, I've been working on this thing for a fat minute. I ran a 5K today.
Yes.
And I wanted to quit so bad. Oh my God. There was 5 or 6 times today where I was like, yeah, I could run off this track right now. Like, what you going to say to me? I was so upset. I was so mad, Joshua. But mind you, I've been training for this, but not great. So I've only been training. I run a mile a day. And I had that first. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just thought like, oh, I could do a mile. I could do a 5K easy. I ran that first mile in about 7 minutes, 52 seconds, almost 8 minutes. And I was like, oh, I'm about to finish this race. A mile and a half in, I was upset with the world. I was like, I want to quit so bad, but it took everything in me not to. I finished the race. I didn't do any cheat cuts or anything like that. I stayed the course and I finished. So I completed something that I said I was going to do, people, and it felt fantastic.
Yeah, don't feel like long distance running and burst running are very, very different. They're not. I ran all my 5Ks with my mom, so
Mhm.
I couldn't, let my mom beat me.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing. I was telling Dominic after that, like going into that second mile, it was like these old ladies start coming by me, and I looked at them. I was like, first off, my first thought was, I am ashamed. I was like, these old people are right here by me, bro. And so I was like, for the rest of this race, I'm just gonna just keep running because I was like, these old people can't beat me. Like that's one thing that I'm not going to do. But it was nice. It was nice. I
Good.
finished
I'm
it.
proud of you for doing that.
Great.
That stuff isn't easy.
It was not. Oh my god. Oh, I wanted to fight the world after that. I promise you, I wanted to fight every single person in that race.
Makes sense.
Old ladies included.
Huh?
Old ladies included.
Old ladies, kids. I wanted to push
Like,
everybody
let's
over,
do this.
What place did you get?
bro. I don't know what place.
Because you just left.
Yeah, because I crossed that finish line and left. But it was about 3.5 miles. I finished it in 30 minutes. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Pretty good. Wait a minute. What? You finished it in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
That makes your average K quick.
It was 9.7.
No.
Yeah.
Minutes?
9 minutes and 70 something seconds a mile.
A mile? But you said K. You said you finished your first K in like 7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, and the other ones took longer.
They would take shorter to finish in 30 minutes.
So I finished my first one. It's 3.5 miles. So it's really like 3.5 or whatever. So
Yeah,
You
the
finished your
5K.
first.
the first
kilometer.
one, right, was 8. Let's just say 8. And then the other ones took an extra like 2 minutes.
Okay, so let me just say this then. Because it's 5 kilometers, right?
It's 5 kilometers, yeah.
And you finished the first kilometer in like 7 minutes, 52 seconds, something like that. Let's say it was 7 minutes. Multiply. I'm just saying for the sake of the argument.
Okay.
Say it took you even shorter, 7 minutes.
Okay.
Multiply that times all 5.
No.
You're
See,
over the
that's
30.
No.
He's
5
saying when he ran
kilometers.
the miles in. He's
Yeah,
measuring it.
So that's
by
why I'm
miles.
asking. Like you ran the
5
kilometer in
5
7.
kilometer, 5 kilometer mile. It's 3.5 miles. 5K is
Yes, and I
3.5
asked. I
miles.
was like, so you ran the kilometer in 8 minutes?
Well, no,
I
he's
ran
measuring
first
it off
mile.
the miles.
Yeah,
he's
that's why I
measuring-
was asking. Like, then why'd you say? Why you say? I did my first one. Instead, you never mentioned mile until the end. I was like, what the? You took you 8 minutes to do the kilometer, but 30 minutes to finish 5.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for saying that. For anybody else who was confused with what the heck that was about,
But yeah, it was great. I felt accomplished.
good job.
Yeah.
I told him 10 kilometers is next.
No. No, but I do want to do another 5 one next. I want to train better for it.
You want to do a 6?
I don't think it's a thing.
You can make it.
I mean, that is true. Just keep running.
Yeah, who's gonna stop you?
Facts.
Freaking secret police come out. You knew that. It's out of the bushes. You knew what you were doing, Jamal.
You
Please, I'm just training for the 10. This isn't the 10, though, is it?
Time to go to jail.
We saw it. But yeah, good job, Jamal.
Appreciate you.
Well
my boy.
done. We hope you've had a good week.
What about you, Dom? Your
My week was
check-in.
all right.
Oh.
And we started the James Bond series yesterday
Oh, are you guys watching
because
it?
Clear and Present
chronologic-
Danger with Harrison Ford wasn't available.
Oh, what? Why?
We would have had to pay for it.
Oh, okay,
I don't know what
okay.
streaming platform it was on, but it's not on there anymore.
Or we could have watched it for free. But it was
on Fandango with like, what was it, like 15 ads?
yeah, it was bad.
Oh my goodness, that would have ruined. That could ruin any
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, and I had to stream after that, so we didn't want to add an extra hour. But yeah, my week was good. Things are coming together. Surely, but slowly.
Oh, I guess we should do a little bit of progress updates on our projects.
Ah.
We
Let's
should add
just
that
skip
in between. Yeah, no, guys, I am so sorry. I bought the notebook that I'm going to be doing my outline in. That is the only work I've done. I am so sorry.
That is one step forward.
Feel free to dog on me in the
I'm
comments since I
about to.
told you
He
guys
bought
that
it.
I would have um the
An
outline
outline?
done. Yeah, so
No, it's
I haven't
okay.
even
It's
put
not.
pen to paper. So I have lots of great ideas. I've been brainstorming.
Shame.
I've been like going for walks and like putting in music and like imagining all the cool battles in my story and stuff like that.
Guess I can
But
show you.
yeah, that's my
Actually, no, I
progress
don't want to
report.
show them.
So okay. So what are we gonna do different, Joshua?
Hopefully not be as sick and use my downtime more effectively. I mean, I was using my downtime effectively. I was sleeping off this thing as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I wanted to get well fast, and it has mostly worked. I'm pretty much well, but I was trying to use my time to basically just full like coma rest mode, so that I could be back on my feet. Um, but yeah, no, I think just really using my time wisely, and I'm always thinking about the book these days and like how I want to do it. I've already switched a couple things around because I was like, one of my issues is that I am very much like, if I'm going to bring science into my stuff, I want it to be accurate science.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of I was like, maybe I should switch this around so I don't have to do like oodles and oodles of research to make sure, because it's already kind of a theoretical event that I was going to have happen. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't really want to write a thing that will then be outdated in like 5 years, because that always drives me crazy.
That's fair. I've thought about that too. And a lot of my ideas for the film series, anyway, which I pulled up my stuff for it. I'm not going to show them that because it gives too much away. You can look at it if you want. But in part, right there. It's not very specific in that specific one. I have multiple folders. But when I was, oh, okay.
I was going to, then I was like, no.
Okay,
I was
that's
like,
fine.
it's like,
But
he's letting
I
you
was like,
look
I
at
don't
it.
like it anyway. Already crap. But when I was, and you could talk about what you were going to do because you probably have more specific details. But when because my film series I've been working on actively since I was like 12 years old. And recently I've been dealing with trying to be like, okay, I've had all these ideas. I've fleshed them out over these years. I'm like, then I thought the other day, how much of these are my ideas versus the ideas of a 12-year-old Dominic? And how do they
Mm.
really
I
hold up? And I had to look at it. Like part of it was, Josh, I told you when I made Helios for your thing, I was
Yeah,
like, that's like a pseudo like workshop for things I already had. And then eventually I
yeah,
just made him into what he was for your thing. And he's completely different than Dominic in this. But that made me think like all these things I was working on, I've changed a whole bunch. But the things I've been concrete on, it has to stay this. I was like, that's like 12-year-old shower Dominic. Like, those thoughts when you have an hour-long shower, like, yeah, this is
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
great in 20 years
I don't know. Like
versus that.
I think that's a very good thought to have. And one thing that Brandon Sanderson talks about in one of his writer workshop things is, it's always tough to write your baby like as a story, because you you don't want to be so attached to an idea that if it's not working, don't sacrifice the entire story for an idea that's not working. However, I think vice versa. This is Josh, not Brandon Sanderson, so you can ignore everything I say here because I am not Brandon Sanderson. Um, I think we are too quick as people to judge our ideas, and I think the beautiful thing about um, childlike ideas is that they're just honest, fun ideas. So this is one that I gotta shout out my brother here, my younger brother, who's a very good writer. We're like I've said, we're writing a story together. Like one thing that I respect the hell out of him for is that he comes up with an idea, and instead of going that's silly or stupid, he keeps it and keeps working at it and working at it and working at it until it becomes this awesome idea. I can't tell you how many times he's told me an idea, and I was always like, okay, all right.
Whack.
Not an idea I would come up with. And then, like, he turns it into this amazing idea because he doesn't just shut it down and say it's stupid. Where I do that.
Yeah.
I am very guilty of going, like, no, that sounds stupid. Oh, that sounds too anime. I do that a lot. Where, like, I'm like, oh, too over the top. But I'm like, look, write what you want to write. Write what you love. Don't force yourself to write something that you hate.
Yeah.
Don't conform to other people's ideas. People want to hear your story.
And
Not
that brings me to.
So that's my thoughts on that.
I mean, and I'm glad you shared your thoughts because that brings me to a comment we received from one of our viewers 2 days ago by Nimbus2526. Thank you for leaving your comment. He said, first of all, I completely understand not feeling completely fulfilled at work for Josh. As one of my school's specials teachers, we are often treated like babysitters whose content and time is not as valued as it should be. So he has a similar job to you.
Okay.
So he has similar feelings, perhaps. And I don't know if you want to respond to that, but his other part of the comment is, I'd love to know what elements you think are necessary for your own writing to create a quality story, regardless of what form the story takes, book, movie, etc.
First of all, I'll react to the first part. Stay strong, brother. Know how tough or sister. Yeah, I'm sorry. I personally
Say them.
hate how any subject in classes or teaching school is treated as replaceable, and you are a teacher, and teachers are some of the most necessary people that ever exist. Both my parents were teachers, and you're not alone. And keep up the good work. You're doing God's work. The second part, I think some of the most important things in storytelling is one, what I was kind of talking about, of write what you want to write. Another thing that Brandon Sanderson says in one of his lectures is pick stories that you love, that you wish ended differently, I believe is something that he said, and riff off of that. Yeah, that's a great way to start an idea for a story. And just write what you love and what you like. Like, think about how many times you've been disappointed by a story, and then go write the story you wanted to see. Write the story that you know that you would be sitting there on the edge of your seat, watching or reading or listening to or anything like that. And it is very much, don't start where you want to start. Like, some people do start with fan fiction. That's not something I particularly enjoy myself. But some people find it's a great way to start getting into writing, of like taking these, already established worlds and exploring them. And if that helps you, then do it. And just write every day. I don't do this as much as I should, but creativity is a muscle in its own, way. And the more you practice exploring things with your mind, the easier it will become. So just write, explore ideas, and for the love of God, do not judge your ideas. There will come a time where you have to go like, is this helpful for my story? But if you have an idea, write it down, even if it's like you think it's silly and stupid. Write it down. You don't know what it will become. You don't know what it will evolve into. So, um, you have to take the lead on your story. No one else is going to take the lead on it. You have to stand up and be its advocate. And
I like
because
that.
no one else is going to. Not out of cruelty or hatred, just it's in your head. You got to take the lead on it.
Well said. I like that.
That was beautiful.
Jamal, any thoughts on writing?
Whether
Whether it be music or books or whatever.
First off, I want to say from that first comment that you mentioned, Nimbus, it is hard when you have that ideal or people bring that ideal of being just a babysitter to your job, right? Like, I'm not looking over multiple people. I only have one person to look over at a time.
Yeah.
And even then, sometimes in my mind, I'm like, dang, we're just vibing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for a second. And then it's not until we get into like DDT or doing something and I really just process and reflect like, yo, I'm here to change a life in the own sense. Like I'm here to guide somebody to a different point from where they were before, right? For our job, they're here for a reason. Like, they have behavioral problems, and it's our job supposed to guide them to be able to handle it differently. And it's not until I think about that sometimes where I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm literally like, bro, you haven't had a behavior in a week. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, am I just a sub teacher at this point? But then sometimes it's like, okay, you're screaming because your pencil just broke and you've been screaming for an hour. So like maybe you should be here. Like it's some things like that that's like, okay, my job has meaning for something. So just remember that. Remember your why. The reason that you got into your position in the first place. You are a special needs teacher, and that is awesome. We need more people like that. There's schools now that don't have that. You're not replaceable. So just remember your why for getting into your position. As writing comes, I think he hit it right on the nail. I think it's stick to what you want to do and then fill that in. I am not a writer. I write music, but I don't write stories.
You're still
I do
a writer.
read them.
You're still a writer. You're just
you do read them, so there's stuff that you enjoy.
Right. But you have to remember there are so many genres in the world. Not everyone is going to like what you write. But as long as you write with your heart in mind and to say, okay, this is for specific people, then it can blossom, right? Dominic and Joshua love Lord of the Rings. I like it. I don't love it, right? But I do love Star Wars and I do love other Harry Potter. But Lord of the Rings wasn't for me. Now, Lord of the Rings won Oscar after Oscar after Oscar. So clearly it is great. It's just not for me. So just make sure that no matter what you write, that you find your people and that you stick to what your true beliefs are. Yeah. Don't bend the corner for anybody. Don't take away what you don't want to put in for anybody else. Stick to what you write. If you want to write about fantasy, you stick to fantasy. And don't bring in George Washington just because someone is like, oh, I really love history. No, you stick to what you want to write because that's what your goal is. It's not about what else.
Yeah, and I think
fate.
I mean,
Fate
without a doubt, Jamal not particularly caring for Lord of the Rings has nothing to do with the fact that Josh and his wife forced him to watch the extended editions first, unstopped throughout the entire day.
The extended editions are the best.
No, you have to start with the normal ones.
No,
you watched.
You're gonna do it.
You made him watch like 15 hours of movie.
Yeah, not back to back.
Movie. Yeah, you did. It was all the same day.
Was it all the same day?
Yes, you made him watch all the extended editions.
I think Abby wanted to make him watch it all in one day.
Yeah, well,
I was the one who argued for two. I think. I don't know. She'll send a message here in a second.
And ever since then, he's refused to watch them.
No, that's not true. Yes. I think they're really good. The only parts I don't like
is when they're walking.
Walking for forever. They're walking forever.
The books are even rougher with that.
Oh yes, it is. Goodness. I told them they explain how the trees look and the Ah, the grasses.
Okay, she has confirmed that she did want Jamal to watch all of Lord of the Rings, the extended edition, in one day.
Yeah, poor choice, but an understood one. It makes sense.
I'm not saying they're really good for you people out there that are going to get on me because I don't like Lord of the Rings. They are really good, and my favorite scene is from the first one. I like each fighting scene. I like each scene where the little elf dude is there. That white elf,
Legolas,
The
he's
White
amazing.
Elf, yeah.
And
all of them.
and I love not I'm gonna say Pippin. What's his name?
Merry and Pippin,
No,
Sam.
Sam.
Frodo.
And I
Sam
love
is the
Sam.
best. Sam is the best.
The movie is really good. I just could not stand the walking for an hour.
It's
There's
even
quite a bit of
tougher in the
walking
books.
extendeds.
In the
Yeah.
books, Tolkien is so good at making you feel the drudgery of like going on this world spanning quest. Like he does
Yeah.
not romanticize it.
I think the
Um,
length of it is like middle America to Florida or something like that.
yeah, it is. Abby is saying that she would have made food and served
We
meat.
didn't have food.
We didn't. We had to sit there and watch the movie.
Well, that's because I argued for the 2-day thing.
That was something. I do love those movies though. I do think you would have enjoyed the theatrical versions more, and then branched out to the extended edition like everybody else. But
I
whatever.
told him I'm willing to watch it again because I tell everybody that asks me, like from back in the neighborhood, I'm like, yo, you should watch this movie. Same way with Star Wars. I put so many people on Star Wars. I was like, yo, you should watch Lord of the Rings. It's not for me, but it's something you should watch in your life.
Did you
I
tell them
everybody.
to watch the extended editions too?
No, I don't even mention it. I just say, just watch Lord of the Rings. You decide what you want to do on your own.
But I
Yeah.
will also admit, me and Abby are much more like book purists. Like, as long as the thing is we like things that are closer to the source material as a whole, except for her and Spider Man. I won't get into that argument. Like Abby and I really, really enjoy the details of Lord of the Rings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We enjoy how the extended edition is even closer to the books.
Yeah, and if you're a writer, whether it be for books like Lord of the Rings or movies like Lord of the Rings, if you want to have a bunch of copious walking and stuff showing the environment because it shows how long and arduous that journey is, don't be deterred because of people like us talking about the theatrical versions are more even it's up to you. All right?
Well,
and then
you know,
if you let
world
someone
building.
else
And also, keep in mind, art isn't always supposed to make people happy. There's this idea that, like, art should always make people happy. But, like, some of the strongest parts in books and movies and stuff, like, you have to go in knowing what feeling you're trying to evoke. And if they're trying to evoke that feeling of, like, oh my gosh, this is a journey and it's difficult and like you're supposed to be feeling what Frodo is feeling of especially the last film or you know the third book of him like carrying this unimaginable burden through what a hellscape and I believe Tolkien was trying to make us feel that so you're not supposed to be like oh wow this is so entertaining I love it like you know not all entertainment has to be happy feeling. Sometimes it's like investment of like, oh my gosh, are they going to make it? You know, stuff like that. Like you're not supposed to look at Rose and Jack at the end of Titanic and be like, wow, this is awesome. You're supposed to be like, you're supposed to feel like this emotional wrenching of like, oh no, this is horrible. So don't
murdered him.
now, you know, some stuff like the Mario movie, which I saw over the weekend.
I knew you were going to say that.
That movie is just one set piece after another. They almost got something really cool with Bowser, but I feel like they backed off, which made me sad. That's probably my only complaint about the movie, really. But the movie is just a roller coaster of fun. And I think that's what it was trying to be, and it succeeded. So if that's what you want to write, there's nothing wrong with that either. Because there is a market for that. You know, I don't go to play Super Smash Bros. For a deep emotional connection. I go to play it for fun.
Yeah.
So you just know what you want to write and enjoy it from there.
I like that. I like this
Mhm.
topic. You know what? The other topic we had, let's just scratch it. Dominic, what is your thought process when you write something? Right, you're
Uh-huh.
writing a script right now. Are you writing this script for you, or are you writing like, okay, this script is going to have this scene, which I know. You know how we talk about those Oscar baited movies. I'm not saying this
Yeah.
is an Oscar bait, but I'm saying,
That's
are you
awesome.
saying
I'm gonna get the
no, no,
Oscar.
no? But what I'm saying is, are you writing it where intentions of this scene when people see it is going to be crazy, or are you writing it like strictly story based?
Okay. I'm happy you asked because I'm holding it right here and I've been thinking about it as we've been having this discussion. As it, let me get the books out of the way. For books, I think it gives you the biggest leeway to do whatever you want. Now, there's still like your book could just not sell and then you're done. You know,
It's
like
true.
it's very easy, and a
If
lot of
it's
people
too
write great books.
inaccessible,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
it can be rough.
like you have to. This is something you have to own. It's a book. Obviously, they've made it easier in these days. You can get the digital versions. You can get
Yeah, indie
the audiobooks. It
fantasy.
lowers the barrier to entry, but it is a physical thing you have to own. It'd be like if you to buy a movie, the only way to watch it was to own the DVD.
Yeah.
You can still go to the theater. You can still rent it, that sort of thing. But for books, you can, as they both said, you have to write what you want. Obviously, you're going to have an editor that says you need to tighten this
Mhm.
chapter a bit. It drags on too long. These that when you're switching these perspectives, it's too hard to tell when it happens or not. That sort of thing you're going to have to take into account. Obviously, the flow of the book. Obviously, you're going to have your specific prose you want to use. You're going to have uh, the way these characters interact with each other may be different than a Brandon Sanderson versus a Joshua Foster, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what you said? You said that the editor, and I think that's awesome. In the last podcast, we talked about having that group of people to tell you, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Now, I will always say write what you want to write, but also take in consideration.
Yeah. Listen
Of
to the
course.
people
That's why I
around
have
you.
ChatGPT as well, act as a advisor
Yeah.
and try to push
I-
back against some ideas.
One thing that I do that I'm really concerned about, especially knowing now that I'm going to be a girl dad, I want to write girl characters in a positive light in the sense of I want to have strong girl characters, but I want them to be girls. I want them to be women, and I want to exemplify femininity at its best. So one thing that I've asked my wife is that when I really start putting pen to paper, I want her to like go over the chapters that are through women's point of views and help me not do stereotypes, because I think it's really hard for guy writers sometimes to um, write women as women, because it's really hard for us to put our brains in theirs.
Yeah.
Or two, not just write a dude who has a girl skin over it, because I've also read a lot of books where like sometimes the girl characters act no different than the men really. And like it's really important to me, you know, I want my daughter to one day read my books and be like, to be able to look up to those female characters. Like she can look up the male characters too. There's not like you can. I mean, one of my favorite heroes of all time is Samus Aran. I mean, granted, she's kind of guilty of the girl with a girl in look, but personality could be no different than a guy.
Mhm.
I guess a really good example would be Ven from the Mistborn series. I think Brandon Sanderson does an amazing job of doing a female character who's an absolute badass, but also enjoys feminine things. And he makes it a point in, especially the second and third book, that Ven can be a woman and be just as badass as the guys. It's not like a girl power thing. It's more just like saying like, hey, you can have a foot in both these worlds. You can enjoy these things and don't be ashamed of it. Because I think our culture in general, not trying to get too much into the culture war side of things, because I know we're all exhausted of that, but like women don't have to take on masculine traits to be strong. some of the strongest people I've ever met in my life are women, and they are feminine women. Like they are as woman as you can get. I mean, think about it. Like Jamal and Dom, some of the strongest people in your life are your moms, and they're feminine. Like they don't have to act like men. They are moms, and they're great moms.
Yeah.
And I want to carry on that teaching of showing that women are just as great as men because they're women, not because they can be like men. I don't want more men, you know, like. But that's just all to show that while the story is yours, don't close your mind to outside help. We all need editors of some kind. We all need other opinions. Like I was talking about a couple weeks ago, how I do with like when I turn my novels into role playing games. Both Dom and Jamal helped so much, bringing in perspectives that I never would have thought of in a million years. Not because I'm stupid, not because I'm bad at writing, just because I'm here. I'm an empathetic guy, but I can't take my brain and put it in Dom. You know, I'm not a Jujutsu Kaisen villain. I can't take my brain and put it in other people's bodies. So, like, you know, let other people talk with you. And for the love of God, do not be like Jamal's roommate and ask for advice and then shut it down when you don't like what you're hearing. Listen to them. Even if you disagree. I've had times where I've asked Dom about things and my initial reaction was, oh, Dom's wrong about this. And then when I heard him out and listened, I was like, oh, shoot, he's right. This is like, discuss with people. Understand what they're saying. Because this is all artsy stuff. It is hard to put into words. And sometimes it's just a feeling. That's one thing that I love to do about games, especially with villains. I like to look at the players' reactions to my villains. Because I've had some villains where people have liked them when they're not supposed to. And then I've had other villains where they were supposed to be likable. One of them very infamously so. And everyone hated him. They despised him. So I had to take him all the way back to the drawing board and go like, okay, this character was supposed to be sympathetic and like kind of pull at your heartstrings, but everyone just saw him as annoying. And anytime he showed up, everyone was like, this bitch again. So like it is, or, you know, I've had the opposite where a character was supposed to be slowly pushing characters away and he just became more and more beloved with every single horrible thing he did. And they were just like, we need to help him. And I'm like,
I mean,
well,
did they think that too?
No, they were like, no, we need to save him. And I was like, well, I'm trying to go the opposite effect of like,
is that the main guy? I don't want to say his name.
Yes, actually, but because of actually how you reacted to the story, it made me change the entire story.
Oh,
so no, it's good. It's good changing the story.
But
so
the other players were upset with that as well.
Yes, and
so you're going to have multiple different reactions from different viewers depending on how it could go.
So I guess what I'm saying is turn all of your projects into role-playing games.
Role-playing
games?
No,
I'm not. Because sometimes you'll find...
And never do it again.
Well, I'm doing it. Okay, goodness gracious. I've been sick this week.
This week? For the last 2 years?
All right. Yes. Listen to the people around you, please. But understand that you have the final say on it. Don't let yourself be controlled, but also don't be a Stephen King. Stephen King, if you somehow listen to our thing, I'm mad at you. I'm gonna say that first. But two, don't let yourself not be edited. Because like there's so many times I'm listening to a Stephen King novel and I'm like, how did this ever... What?
Print?
like the stuff he does at the end of the Dark Tower series, while fascinating, is also just kind of like, what are you doing?
At the end of it, or in the middle of it, or whatever.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. That was just morally wrong. But like,
Yeah. Why
like
did nobody catch that?
the Dark Tower series could be one of the best fantasy series of all time. It is so cool and so out there. And then I understand that Stephen King went through a lot of personal stuff, like getting hit by a car and like being in immense pain and all this stuff. So like, mercy to that. I don't think I could have pulled what he did. So I want to make that very clear. And he's a genius writer. But the way he handled Randall Flagg at the end of the book series to me is criminal. I know no one understands what I'm saying here, but Randall Flagg is one of the best written villains ever. And the way Stephen King handled his comeuppance, his defeat, had nothing to do with the main characters. He just disappears from the story. Like, as far as the main characters are concerned, they don't know what happened to him. That'd be like if you're doing a story with Wolverine and Sabretooth, is so important to Wolverine, and Sabretooth gets killed by Apocalypse in a tie-in comic and then is never seen again, and Wolverine has no closure with it. He's just gone. Which I'm sure Marvel Comics has done before, because Marvel Comics is great at writing wonderful stories and horrible stories, sometimes at the same time. So yeah, have an editor, have people you listen to. They're not your bosses, so you don't have to listen to what they say, but don't get so stuck in your head that you screw yourself over.
So true.
Yeah.
So what's your thought process for your script?
So, because he mentions book, movie, etc. For the script, it's a little bit of both of what you said. I'm happy you asked about the script first. I just had to get books out of the way, though. The script is different because this is going to be accompanied by music that I'll have to oversee. Going to have to be accompanied by cinematography that I'm going to have to oversee. It's going to have to be accompanied by several actors that I will have to direct to achieve the goals I have to set. Now, I'm going to, at the end of the day, I'm not writing like, I don't think someone could pull this off. Let me change this. I am writing it out as just my thing. And then I'm anticipating changes that may need to be made, or cuts or additions that may need to be made while we shoot the movie.
Do you feel like it's harder to do a script? And because I feel like it's harder, because a book, yeah. There's so much stuff that it's down to you and what you have the ability to communicate.
I mean, yeah, to me it's harder. I've already gotten, I don't know if I should actually say this, but I'll just say it here anyway. There is a character as part of the Eternal Empire, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. That's what some of the characters refer to it as. That wrote a very famous book that the main character uses, if you will. And I've gotten further in essentially writing that book in terms of, in my mind, like every single thing that book includes.
World building is so
than
important.
The script. And that entire, like, that character's book, because that, how am I going to say this? That character was an explorer. He's responsible for finding the different systems, the different realities, whatever you want to, how far you want to go with it. And I've gotten pretty far along in an outline of that book that is.
I think that's great, though.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
there's more working parts. Now, if that book wasn't even just a book, because it's less of a book and more of a guide to the 7 realities. as opposed to if he had written like a stage production for some reason that everybody refers to. I feel like it'd be a lot harder for me to pull off.
Yeah, no, that.
So
But I think that's awesome because that means that when you reference it in story, you know it's actually in there.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and I'm planning on finishing that book because I've already written some of like the blurbs of it, and it's a little more difficult because it's not me writing it. I have to write it in the style that, well, I'm not going to say his name, but I have to write in the style that he is writing it in. How does he write? How does he interact with this world? How does he put it out to the viewer?
I think that's awesome, Dom.
Thank you. But he is very particular. He wants it. His goal is for the reader, not for his own benefit. In fact, he doesn't even really want to be in some of these places. But anyway.
I feel like that's a great writing exercise, though, on top of it, that like it's really cool of like merging your acting skills with your writing skills of like you are having to play a character and write something as that character. That's really cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got inspired because back in the day, I had the Skyrim guide, and it's not written by Bethesda. It's written by one of the characters who is the Imperial Archivist, and he goes over the places, and that's why I was inspired to do that with. Thank you, Bethesda.
That actually leads me to a really important thing that I want to clarify.
Okay.
When I took a creative writing class in college, the teacher said something that like really sticks with me. Be a thief. Do not be a borrower. Steal ideas, do not borrow them. Now let me explain that. Stealing is when you take something and make it your own. Borrowing is when you take it verbatim, basically.
Yeah.
So, steal ideas. What do I mean by that? Like, I mean, sorry, the cat sat on the keyboard and caused insanity to occur. There we go. If I'm stealing the character of Nico Bolas from Magic the Gathering, maybe I have a character with a similar personality. Maybe he even's a dragon. But like I make him my own thing. I do my version of the character and try to do it in a way that I feel is better than how they handled him in Magic the Gathering. Borrowing would be if I took Nico Bolas almost verbatim and changed his name.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to be inspired by things. Hell, most of the fantasy world is heavily inspired by Tolkien. Like, if you look at the whole beginning of Wheel of Time, it is an homage to the start of Lord of the Rings. But he does such a good job making it his start to Lord of the Rings. His version of that. Where some people who say it's not done as well, sort of Shannara, people say that's very much almost one-to-one to Lord of the Rings. I disagree personally. I think it's just a very subtle like version. But you know, don't be afraid to take ideas from other things and make it yours. Because no one will be able to tell that story like you. If you want to have jutsus like Naruto, do it. Just make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. I think. I mean, we use that in acting realms too. It's like the difference between a good artist and a great artist, right? You can do it like simple terms with a monologue, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to copy someone's monologue. They can do it good. They can do it really good. But a great artist can copy that person's monologue and then add their own flair to it, right? It's why acting is so simple in a sense of there's only so much you can do. To do it well, you can be really good. To do it great, like get your name memorized, you have to do it really good and also add your own to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the difference. I mean, everyone steals something.
Yeah.
We stole society, like civilizations. It enhanced it.
Yeah.
Innovate on top of what you steal. And again, I know steal has such a negative sound to it. I'm not saying break copyright, laws.
Yeah.
What I mean is that go like, oh, I love that idea. I'm going to take that and go this direction with it. One story that I love so much, I don't want to spoil anything for it, but they have a wizard much like Gandalf, who's very grumpy, he's old, and like he seems to be the symbol of wisdom, but then it turns out he is the villain behind everything. And that slap in the face, like, because he was so Gandalf-like throughout the story, was so powerful. It is still one of my favorite twists I have ever read in a book, if not my favorite twist. And it wouldn't have worked if the writer hadn't have stolen those Gandalf-like things. Because since that character was the Gandalf of the book, no matter what any other character said about him, and it's hilarious because he had negative characters warning everyone about this guy, and they were right. But you refuse to listen to them as the reader because you're like, no, you're the archetype of the character I shouldn't listen to, and he's Gandalf. And it's just so, just like that feeling you get when you're like, they were telling me the entire time, but because of my experience and because the writer stole those Gandalf ideas, I was totally unprepared for what happened.
And it's like a instance, because we talked about Ryan Johnson before, that seems like an instance where subverting the audience's expectations worked in the audience's favor. They actually enjoyed it, and it worked for the narrative, as opposed to all the rules have been broken, and the people don't seem to understand what they did wrong in the first place. And I do want to get to, because they asked what goes into writing your own quality story, depending on the genre.
Okay.
And when I want to, because the quality will be left up to you, obviously. You can decide whether you've done a good job or not, and the audience. You know, at the end of the day, I'm sure Tommy Wiseau thought The Room was the best thing ever. The audience thought it was hilarious, but they don't think it's the best thing ever, right? So, obviously, like Jamal said, do you balance what you think the audience will enjoy versus what you want? I'd say lead with your interests. And then, because if you have something, let's say even in music, like you're making Graduation by Kanye West, and you think, okay, people are going to go crazy when they hear this. I'm not going to scrap it, be like, but is it what I want? Let me change it because I shouldn't be focusing on the audience. I should be focusing on me. When you think you have something of quality for you and the audience, I'd say grab it. When it comes to scripts, like I said, you have to take quite a few things into consideration. I could have an amazing scene. I wrote it out perfectly. I'll allude to something. There's a scene in the whatever at the end of the second movie of this series I'm doing, where something is revealed to the audience, and it's incredibly emotional, but it's also it plays as disappointing. It more than breaks your heart. It just like it leaves you with this empty feeling. Oh my goodness, it's led to this. And one, if I play it wrong, it's gonna be terrible. But I could write it out perfectly. Whoa, what amazing prose! Dominic Carring, man, this man wrote the scene of the century. But if I shoot it terribly, because I'm in the scene, if I act it terribly for some reason, I just don't do another take, it's not going to hit, and people will continue. And that's a thing where I should have taken the audience into consideration. If I had done it this way, if I had tried harder in this aspect, I don't want the audience to think years later, like, man, this was an amazing twist. Wasn't in the fourth movie. This was an amazing reveal. If only he had done it this way, it would have landed. That's something you don't want. And sometimes it's not something you can avoid. Because let's take Star Wars, for instance. I am your father. Darth Vader revealing this to Luke could have gone. Yeah, spoiler alert. If you're here from 1979, sorry. But it could have went in a completely different direction. The audience could have been like, he's Anakin? No. Anakin is he's the Jedi. He's the greatest Jedi ever. He can't be. This is the person you're supposed to look up to. But it didn't go that way. Because George Lucas built up this moment. From the first movie. He had Luke confront Darth Vader when he wasn't ready. Paralleling the information he was not ready for. Like, you weren't
Yeah.
ready to face me, and you don't even know who I am.
Yeah, he
Like-
jumped in utterly headfirst.
And he jumped in headfirst at Darth Vader, thinking, this is the guy I have to defeat. Not only is he putting my friends in danger, but he killed Ben. And Ben told me directly, he killed my father. I don't have a family because of this man. And that man reveals, I am your family. Yes, I'm the reason all this is happening, but I am Anakin Skywalker. It's terrible. It's like, oh, no. Like, literally, no.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jamal. I don't know if you saw that movie or not.
I would have loved to have like seen it without knowing that.
Yeah.
Would have liked to be like, is it different? You know what I mean?
You said somebody spoiled you.
The world. That's like,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's everybody.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, I tried not to spoil you, but
It's kinda hard to
you
show
told me there was
Star
nothing
Wars
I could
now.
do because everybody
Star
had
Wars,
referenced
everybody
it
knows
at
Star
some
Wars.
point.
Yeah, the joke is
But
everywhere.
I didn't know when I was a little kid.
You know,
Oh,
yeah.
it's
So I
so
was like,
powerful.
oh, mom. He's like, I know, Dominic, but it's like, I
Well,
don't know, Dominic.
We didn't have the internet just blaring in on us like you do when
Yeah.
you're older.
Yeah, it's not the same.
But no, you're right. And I
Who's
think
your
that's
favorite character?
I think that's another challenge of doing a movie that like there's so much stuff that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you have
Music-
things line up, it's wonderful.
Oh yeah, no,
It's-
I think it's a beautiful thing.
That's my hope with this. 'Cause
I
it's
think
going to be
you can
5
do it.
movies. I'm hoping for great music. I'm hoping for great cinematography. Like, in my mind, since I was 12, maybe it was before that, but I've always thought from the time I was 12 that I would have like the best music and the best fight scenes and the best CGI, and even all of that is dwarfed by the story and characters.
I'm-
Sometimes you're going to have things here and there that you're not too certain about.
Yeah.
So I would say, when it comes to doing the safe thing versus the risk, take the risk, because some of these things, I've told Jamal I've changed things here and there, not only for the copyright filing, but for the story. And I ended up deciding on the risk taking ideas versus what I think would be more concrete, safer, but ultimately,
people know when you've taken the safe
Easier
route
to-
out. I mean, how many times have we been like, oh, well, that felt underwhelming. It feels like no risks were taken. I mean, we feel that all the
Yeah.
time. I think a high quality story at the end of the day is write what you want to write, but polish the mechanism in which it's communicated. So practice your prose, practice your directing, practice your acting, practice the specificity of your communication, because your story can be amazing, but if it gets muddled in stuff, like it doesn't matter how good it is. Like let's look at the prequels of Star Wars. I think the prequels of Star Wars, the general story is awesome. Like if
Yeah.
you sat down and told someone the entire story of the prequels, I think they would enjoy it. But was it communicated in a way that actually felt fulfilling? I do not think so.
fair enough.
Like
Yeah.
if you sat down and like explained all the stuff of like the fall of Anakin and all that, people would be like, that's an amazing story. Someone should make a movie of that.
Yeah, they
but-
did it better with the TV show.
They did. Clone Wars really helped. Now you could always make the argument having a 7-season TV show
To have to make it work,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm always just like, well, it's more Star Wars, so it's a win-win. But
Except
I'm
now.
biased. At the end of the day, tell your story, practice the way in which you communicate it, and I think you will find an audience.
Mhm.
Don't try to add characters for the audience. Don't try to change things about characters to please an audience. We've seen that go wrong
goodness.
a million times. Don't apologize for your bad guys being bad guys. For the love of God, bad guys can be politically incorrect. They can be horrible people. My thing is like, if you're okay with murder, you're probably okay with other horrible things.
Yeah.
Like don't try to be like, well, my bad guy would never support this. Like, no. Once you give into one form of evil, you're probably going to start to agree with others. Like, I'm not saying make so horrible villains. They're like the Joker and they're so
all
over
Lucifer.
the top. Yeah, no, you can have different levels and nuance, but I hate it when we try to go like, this bad guy wouldn't support being racist. And I'm like, what are you...
Huh?
Who is he killing then?
He murders children. He won't discriminate against them.
like when the joke, and this actually is kind of a funny joke, but like when the Joker is like, I won't work with the Red Skull in that crossover.
Oh yeah, that was.
And he's like,
funny.
I might be a criminal, but I'm an American criminal. And it's kind of like,
Shut up,
dude, you
No,
probably
you judge,
killed
please.
more people. Shut up, Josh. You know what I mean? And again, that's a very silly example. Like, I actually enjoyed that moment, but like,
I may
the
be a
idea,
criminal lunatic, but I'm an American criminal lunatic.
but the idea that the Joker who wanted to murder like a room full of babies
in no man's land,
has like literally no qualms. I mean, it, like has qualms with the Red Skull is kind of like, he'd be more like, no, you need to do more. Don't just target people, target everyone.
the Nazis didn't get it. You should have just killed everybody. It would have been way funnier.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm about to say something super hot take. I'm sorry, and then we should probably start our closing comments. But that way they don't stone me. I believe that so many villains, people go like, "Oh, I'm going to use the Red Skull again as an example. Since he's a Nazi and wanted to target specific groups, they treat him like he's more evil than someone like Thanos, who wants to just indiscriminately murder." And I'm like, look, racism and prejudice is wrong, but an indiscriminate murderer is so much worse. Like, again, do not be racist. Do not be that. If you are that, you're a piece of shit. I don't like you. I will pray for your soul. But, like, I am far more afraid of someone like the Joker than I am of someone like Red Skull. Because the Joker doesn't care what you look like, who you are. He's just going to kill you. Yeah. Same with Thanos. Like, Thanos is just like, I worship death. I'm in love with death. I'm gonna murder for murder's sake. Where, like, Red Skull, he may just be like, oh, well, okay, you're Aryan, I won't kill you. Again, he's evil, but stop treating like...
I'd be like, you're red.
You should be first. No.
Look at you.
Yeah, but again, like, that's just a pet peeve. That doesn't have to do with really good writing. Like, write your villains the way you want to write them. But, like,
yeah, it
just drives me crazy when we try to go like, well, they hate a certain group of people, so they're the most evil. Where this guy hates everyone, which somehow makes him better. I'm like, no
prejudice. Yeah,
I'm not prejudiced. I'll just kill everyone. Like, no, everyone's gonna take that on comment and be like, Josh wants to kill everyone.
He'd prefer if you killed everyone to do this. No, I do want to add something that I struggled with for a long time, especially when in school, because it was completely unnecessary for me. Revise and edit yourself. And I'm not saying go out looking for things that are wrong. Like, some people, like, I only do one draft.
That's crazy.
To me, nowadays, I'm like, imagine all this stuff I've been telling you this whole time. Like, no, I just wrote it down. It is what it is. It'll be fine. Versus checking my work. Do I have a different idea that I think may work better for the story? If you search for a new idea and you put it against the one you have, and the one you had comes out on top, wonderful. It only cements the position you had in the first place. But I would encourage you not only to get yourself edited by someone else, talk to somebody even.
Yeah.
But challenge your own beliefs. Not try to take them down, but challenge them. And that goes with writing. That goes with your political ideas. That goes with your beliefs. It doesn't matter. Challenge yourself, and it'll make you even stronger.
Yeah.
But other than that, closing thoughts, anybody?
That's a really good point.
That was pretty good, unless you want to squeeze in that topic you were talking about. You said forget it, but
we
did have another comment about my music, but we can get to that some other time.
Yeah, I got to go move furniture, so we should.
Yeah, he's got to go do some furniture stuff.
Or my wife will move it all herself, and that would be a disaster. So, Jamal, closing statements.
What's up? Yes. I want you to do better than you did yesterday.
Please.
That's all I really ask.
Do better, Josh.
people. We are going to do better. We are going to stick to whatever it is. We're going to say hello to somebody.
Yeah,
we're going
yeah.
to take a deep breath, and we're going to go out there, take a walk, do something enjoyable in your life, because you are amazing. You
Run a
are
5K.
amazing. Go run a 5K.
Go run a
And if you
6K.
can't do a 5, do a 4. And if you can't do a 4, do a 1. But start somewhere.
Yeah, don't do a 3.
Yeah, no, just skip that 3. But start somewhere. Just do
Straight to it.
You are amazing. I tell my kiddos at work all the time. I give them that like you are, and they're like introverbal of amazing. So you are amazing. Just build that self confidence
Say it.
up. Say it. You are.
Amazing.
that was
All right, go
awesome.
put the puzzle away.
That was awesome. But no, I hope you walk away with this something. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for watching. My boy's birthday is in a few days, so please give him all the birthday shout outs and blessings. Yeah, we love you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go out there and you write your story. Your story matters. Stick to your story. Don't let the negative energy from people surrounding you influence anything that you write down, because your truth matters. Your truth is the real truth when it comes to you writing a book, not nothing else. No, I'm playing. But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Josh.
Oh. Rock, paper,
You.
scissors. I'm kidding. Okay.
All right, I am the podcast.
Yeah, you're
Drop.
right. There you go. You're the host.
Drink your apple juice, people.
Guys, remember, don't judge your ideas. Let them grow with you. And let other people touch your life. Let other people help you build a more rounded story. But also remember that your story does come from here, and you are the last say. You are the leader of your story. Don't give up. I think that's probably the most important thing that we didn't talk about. Like, just don't give up. Keep going. Even when it's hard. Keep going.
Well said. Persistence, determination, perseverance. Keep going, even when things get tough, like you said. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here talking with you, for you, maybe even sometimes against you. If you have a thought or an opinion that disagrees with us, let us know. All right? If we're completely wrong about writing, let us know. We're not, though. Because,
Throw those comments at us.
yeah. I couldn't think of anything funny enough after that. Please let us know what you've been up to. Let us know what we should be up to. Okay? Like we've always said, we're going to put something back here at some point. We may even eventually move the podcast over to that corner with the table. But this is very comfortable, so let us know if you want us to have no back support or a couch. All right? Thank you so much again for joining us. We love and appreciate you. Let us know what we should do in the next video. I can talk about the music if you want. We can talk about Iran. We can talk about the new Pokemon games coming out. Whatever you want, let us know. We'd be happy to speak on it, even if we have no idea what we're talking about. Okay? Thank you very much for joining us. That's Josh. That's Jamal. I've been Dominic, and thank you very much for joining us on Soul Oasis. Take care. On to the next journey. Beep. I didn't end it. Everybody's waiting on me. I hold the power.